Imagine living a life unaffected by the chaos of the world, resistant to the urban flow of fortune, and strong enough to withstand the difficulties that life will surely bring your way. It sounds like an impossible dream, doesn't it? Would you believe me if I told you that the key to that kind of life has been around for thousands of years, just waiting for you to find it? Welcome to a very special video, a complete guide to the world of Stoicism. We are frequently carried away by the waves of emotions, distractions, and worldly desires in our chaotic modern lives, which are often accompanied by noise and hurry. Stoicism offers a way to find inner peace, self-control, and mental toughness. It is firm and immovable like a rock. Mastering the art of letting go is the first thing we need to do on this road. You will learn not only how to tell the difference between things you can control and things you can't, but also how to let go of the things you can't control. We can clear out our inner and outer worlds through Stoicism and minimalism, making room for more meaningful activities. Making room in our lives for what really counts is the first step. The next step is to strengthen our willpower. Building self-discipline is the Stoic way to become great. It's about developing values, controlling your urges, and living a life that doesn't follow society's ever-changing whims but instead follows unchanging principles that make you happy. Now that we are focused, we face the problems in life head-on. That's where the mind that can't be broken comes in. We're going to talk about 10 strong lessons that will give you the mental toughness you need to get through life's big waves. Being optimistic isn't the point. The point is to build strong mental models that help you stay strong when things go wrong. Last but not least, get ready to free your mind. You will learn 10 life-changing lessons from Stoicism that will help you break free from the limits you put on yourself. You can take control of your emotions and actions and drastically improve the quality of your life. If you know how to pull the right mental buttons, you can become impervious to the chaos of the outside world by following the Stoic advice we'll discuss today. It gives you a peace and happiness that nothing outside of yourself can take away. It's a trip to learn the art of living a life full of virtue, knowledge, and unbreakable strength. Now take a deep breath, prepare to learn, feel more confident, and gain freedom as we explore the modern-day Stoics' knowledge. What if you woke up in a peaceful place where everything you own has a place and a purpose? Your heart is happy and your mind is clear. You know that the only things you can control are your thoughts and deeds, so you can face the storms of life with a strong heart. It's not impossible to reach these seemingly impossible goals. In fact, the way to a meaningful life is at the heart of both minimalism and Stoicism, two philosophies that were created hundreds of years apart. Welcome to Minimalism and Stoicism, letting go for a meaningful life. In this video, we'll start a journey that will help you find a life that you not only live but also love. First, let's talk about the growing modern minimalist trend. Minimalism is more than just a style, it's a way of life. It's about getting rid of the things that aren't important, the junk that makes our thoughts and places heavy, and focusing on the things that make our lives better. Minimalism started as an art trend that emphasized realism and simplicity in the middle of the 20th century. It slowly crept into many areas of culture, such as music, building, and ways of life. People are turning to minimalism to get back their time, space, and focus. They are discovering that getting rid of the physical mess helps them build relationships, follow their hobbies, and enjoy a level of depth that material things can't provide. Now let's go back in time to the busy streets of ancient Athens, where Stoicism first appeared around the 3rd century BC. Like minimalism, Stoicism is about making things simpler, but its main focus is on making things simpler inside. The philosophy teaches that the best way to live a happy life is to build self-control, logic, and ethics. Stoicism helps people figure out what they can control and what they can't. It encourages people to focus on what they can control and let go of what they can't. Seneca, Marcus Aurelius, and Epictetus, 3 Stoic philosophers, taught us that what makes us happy is not what is happening around us, but rather our perceptions and responses to it. Letting go is what connects minimalism and Stoicism. Minimalism tells us to get rid of unnecessary things in our bodies, and Stoicism teaches us how to let go of mental loads and ties. Both philosophies are based on the idea that there is freedom in simplicity and separation, which means freedom to live a meaningful, happy life. We will learn a lot about the subtleties of both minimalism and Stoicism in this film. We'll talk about where they came from, what they stand for, and how they can improve people's lives. We will also talk about how to apply these philosophies to our everyday lives and compare and contrast them. For example, case studies and anecdotes will show us how these ideas have changed the lives of real people. Finally, we will talk about what we have learned and encourage you to start using parts of minimalism and Stoicism that work for you. As we begin this illuminating trip through the worlds of minimalism and Stoicism, get ready to have your ideas about what it means to live a fulfilling life challenged. To live a meaningful life, you need to plan ahead, be good, and be brave enough to let go of what isn't important. Let's go down this road together. Now, let's get into the first part of our conversation, which is about what minimalism is. The minimalist movement, as we know it today, did not start by itself. Like many other art forms that came out in the late 1950s and early 1960s, it has its roots in music and visual arts. It was not thought that art had to be complicated in order to be meaningful, so these types of art focused on using simple things. As time went on, this idea changed into living minimalism. People started to question the consumerist culture that ruled society in the early 2000s, which is when minimalism became popular as a way of life. They wanted a life that was less complicated and more meaningful, without all the things that come with it. This is where the modern minimalist movement got its start. It's a reaction to the excesses of capitalism and the search for happiness beyond material wealth. The fundamental principles that underpin minimalism will now be discussed in greater detail. To begin with, minimalism is all about making things easier. It means getting rid of the extra, the pointless, and the annoying things so that you can focus on what really counts. This could mean getting rid of junk in your house, making your schedule more manageable, or even cutting back on social media. Making a space in your mind and body that shows your values and priorities is what it's all about. This is the second core principle, being mindful. Making choices about what to keep and what to let go of is an important part of minimalism. It's not just about getting rid of things. Does this add value to my life? Does this align with my goals and values? It's what intentionality means. It means living with a purpose instead of just sliding through life. It's about making decisions that show what kind of life you want to live. The third aspect, quality is more important than quantity. People in a consumerist culture are often told that more is better. This idea is questioned by minimalism. Less isn't better just for the sake of less. It's about having the right things instead of collecting a bunch of useless things. It's better to put your money into good things and relationships that will last. Let's look at the many advantages of leading a simple lifestyle while keeping these principles in mind. To begin, minimalism can help you think more clearly. Clearly, getting rid of trash and other things that get in the way can help us concentrate and be creative. Not having to deal with the chaos around us frees up our minds to think more clearly and make better choices. Financial freedom is another huge gain. By planning what we buy and putting quality over quantity, we can cut down on spending that isn't necessary. There may be savings, less debt, and the ability to spend money on meaningful activities and hobbies. The environmental impact of minimalism is also favorable. Our carbon impact gets smaller when we use less, as making and throwing away things are two of the main things that harm the earth. We are not only making our own lives better when we choose to live with less, but we are also making decisions that are good for the world. However, like any trend, minimalism has its share of bad press and misunderstandings. One complaint often made is that being able to choose to live with less is a luxury that not everyone can enjoy. Some people also say that minimalism can turn into another form of consumerism if people keep buying new minimalist things to replace the ones they already have. Others think that minimalism means living with very little or that it's an answer that works for everyone. It's important to remember that minimalism is not a rule but a tool. It is a way to make a life that fits your values and priorities, and it can be adapted to fit your needs and tastes. Although these complaints are important to consider, it's important to remember that minimalism is not a goal. Instead, it is a process of self-discovery and purpose. It's not a rigid set of rules, but a philosophy that can be adjusted to fit different wants and ways of life. Minimalism doesn't expect us to be perfect. Instead, it encourages us to make progress and be aware of the choices we make. In the same way, minimalism shouldn't just be seen as an advantage. The core principles of purpose and focusing on quality over quantity can be motivating for people from all social groups. Even though some parts of minimalism may be easier to adopt for those in a more stable financial situation, it can still be about making the most of what you have and being happy with simplicity, no matter how many things you have to clear. There is a false idea that minimalism means living a simple or poor life. It is also important to note that minimalism is not always about having a certain number of things. Finding what is meaningful and getting rid of what isn't is what it's all about. For some, this could mean a home with only the things they need, while for others, it could mean a carefully chosen collection of things that make them happy and serve a purpose. The philosophy of minimalism is deep and alive, and it's more than just getting rid of stuff. It's about making a life with meaning, purpose, and happiness. By focusing on quality, simplifying, and making smart choices, minimalism helps people get clear on their thoughts, become financially free, and protect the earth. But like any philosophy, it has its critics and people who get it wrong. You should go into minimalism with an open mind, knowing that it is a tool that can be used in many ways to create a meaningful life. As the movie goes on, we look into the old knowledge of Stoic philosophy and see how, like minimalism, it can help us let go of the extra in our lives, both outside and inside. Our discussion will focus on the similarities and differences between these two philosophies, as well as how they can be used together to make our lives more fulfilling. Stay tuned as we go on a trip through time and thought, pulling apart the threads of Stoicism and minimalism and stitching them into a fabric of happiness and purpose. This is a call to rise to a life that is lived with awareness, integrity, and meaning, not just to purge or be stoic in the face of hardship. May this trip make you think, question, and open up to the endless possibilities that lie in the simplicity and wisdom of Stoicism and minimalism. As we leave the modern rooms of minimalism, let us go back in time to the world of ancient times where Stoicism began. Stoicism is a school of Greek philosophy that began in Athens in the early 3rd century BC. The Stoic philosophy was founded by Zeno of Citium, who taught from the Stoa Poikile, a painted porch. Later, in ancient Rome, Stoicism became very popular and was one of the most important philosophies during the Roman Empire. Seneca, Epictetus, and Marcus Aurelius are the 3 most important figures in Stoic philosophy. In his letters and writings, Seneca, a Roman politician and writer, talks about how Stoic ideas can be used in everyday life. Epictetus, a famous Stoic teacher, was born as a slave in what is now Turkey. His discourses and Enchiridion are important works that provide useful tips on living a good life. Last but not least, Marcus Aurelius, who was emperor of Rome, is sometimes called the philosopher king. His meditations, which he wrote while he was in the army, show what he really thought about right and wrong, duty, and the meaning of life. The first of the Stoic principles that claims our attention is reason. For the Stoics, reasoning and reason were the most important things in the world. They stressed the importance of using logic to understand and navigate the world. People thought that this logical way of thinking would lead to virtue and peace because it allowed them to make choices that were in line with nature and morality. The second principle is that you can control how responses happen. For Stoics, there is a clear line between what we can control and what we can't. We have complete control over our ideas, perceptions, and deeds, but we cannot influence the outside world. We can stay calm in tough situations by focusing on what we can control and letting go of what we can't. The third principle is to seek virtue as the best thing that can happen. Stoic virtue includes knowledge, bravery, justice, and temperance in addition to moral goodness. They believed that the key to happiness and satisfaction was to live a good life that was in tune with reason and nature. So how can this old philosophy help us deal with problems? Stoicism teaches us to separate ourselves from the chaos and look at things objectively through the lens of reason when we are confronted with difficulties. By doing this, we can keep our emotions from getting in the way of our decisions and act in a way that is consistent with our values. It teaches us to look at problems not as bad things that happen, but as chances to learn and grow. Let's jump ahead to the present day. Even though it's an old philosophy, its ideas are still relevant today. Stoicism gives us a way to find our way through the storms in a world that is becoming more unstable and uncertain. Cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT, is a popular way to help mental health problems. Its focus on reason and control over responses is similar to Stoic theory. Leaders in the business world are also using Stoic principles to make smart choices and build resilience in their teams. This philosophy gives people who are interested in personal growth tools they can use to strengthen their minds and live purposeful, honest lives. Practices like writing, awareness, and self-reflection that encourage living in line with one's values are becoming part of everyday life. Stoicism is a philosophy that dates back to ancient Greece and Rome. It enables people to lead lives of happiness and moral integrity thanks to its central principles of reason, control over responses, and the desire for virtue. It can be used as a guide in a world that is always changing, from the lessons of Seneca, Epictetus, and Marcus Aurelius to current psychology and leadership. As we learn more about Stoicism, it's important to remember that it's more than just a set of logical thoughts, it's a call to action. The message tells us to develop a smart and good mind, to know what we can control, to let go of what we can't, and to see problems as chances to grow. After going into great detail about Stoic philosophy, we now come to an interesting point where minimalism and Stoicism meet. Although they came about at different times and in different situations, both philosophies are based on the idea of letting go of things that are too much, whether they are material things or mental constructs, and finding a life that is meaningful, happy, and in line with our values. In the next sections, we'll look at how these two philosophies work together and how they differ, as well as how they can be used in our daily lives. We will talk about how the knowledge and virtue of Stoicism can be added to the purpose and simplicity of minimalism. These philosophies can work together to create a strong foundation for a life that is not only clear and strong but also deeply meaningful. With an open mind and a desire to learn, let's start this journey of discovery. We should be ready to question our beliefs, break out of old habits, and accept new ways of doing things. The ideas of minimalism and Stoicism invite us to go on a trip that is both about letting go and finding out what is really important to hold on to. This journey isn't just about ideas. It's also very emotional. We are all being asked to think about the choices we are making, the lives we are living, and the values we are supporting. It's a call to let go of what's extra and choose what's important, to stop the noise and choose knowledge, to let go of what's temporary and choose what will last forever. Together, let us follow the path of minimalism and Stoicism to a life that is not just lived but loved, not just endured but honored, and not just short but meaningful. At one point, Stoicism and minimalism stand next to each other as we walk the road of discovery. Though they came about hundreds of years apart, these two strong philosophies have a lot in common, as well as clear differences. Now, let's take a close look at the tapestry they've made. It's not always easy to embark on this journey. Sometimes you must be brave and let go. Every step we take on this path weaves together threads of simplicity, knowledge, purpose, and happiness, creating a rich fabric of life. Let's carry the flames of Stoicism and minimalism with us as we step into the world of practical application. With open hearts and minds, let's delve deeper into these ancient philosophies, blend their teachings, and live by their wisdom. Moving forward, we should be grateful for the knowledge passed down through generations and embrace the opportunity to make it part of our lives. The practical application of these philosophies will be discussed in the next section, where we will explore ways to integrate Stoicism and minimalism into daily life, creating a lifestyle that is not only simple and wise but also deeply meaningful. The fusion of these philosophies into our daily routines is a crucial step in our journey. This is where theory transforms into practice, and we take the first steps toward a more meaningful life. Let's begin by exploring how to implement these principles in real life. Declutter your physical space. Take a look at what you own and ask yourself if each item serves a purpose or brings you joy. If not, consider letting it go. You don't have to rush. Start with one room, one drawer, or even one box at a time. Be mindful of consumption before making a purchase. Ask yourself whether it aligns with your values and is truly necessary. This mindset can extend beyond material goods to relationships and responsibilities as well. Prioritize quality over quantity. Invest your time, energy, and resources into things and people that genuinely add value to your life. This doesn't always mean spending money. It can also mean giving time, care, and attention where it matters most. Now, let's explore how Stoic philosophy can help us make choices and navigate life's challenges. Understand the dichotomy of control. Recognize what is within your control and what is not. External events may be beyond your influence, but you can always control how you respond. When faced with a challenge, focus your energy on what you can change. Make choices based on your values. Stoicism teaches that virtue is the highest good. Strive to act with honesty, integrity, and kindness in every decision. Practice self-reflection and mindfulness. Take time to evaluate your actions, decisions, and emotions. This habit strengthens your rational thinking and emotional resilience. Finding a balance between Stoicism and minimalism is key to personal growth. Minimalism helps create an environment that supports your values and goals, while Stoicism trains the mind to be resilient, focused, and virtuous. These philosophies are not rigid doctrines but flexible approaches that can be adapted to your personal needs. Take small steps, remain open to learning, and be willing to adjust your approach as you grow. For inspiration, consider real-life examples of individuals who have embraced both philosophies. Joshua Fields Milburn and Ryan Nicodemus, known as the minimalists, left high-pressure corporate jobs to pursue simpler, more fulfilling lives based on intentional living and Stoic principles. Tim Ferriss, a well-known entrepreneur and author, has openly discussed how Stoicism has influenced his decision-making and how minimalism has helped him focus on what truly matters. By integrating Stoicism and minimalism, we can cultivate a life that is not only free from unnecessary distractions but also rich in meaning and fulfillment. These philosophies remind us to let go of excess, focus on what truly matters, and embrace a deep sense of purpose. Before we continue, let's acknowledge that the journey of blending minimalism and Stoicism is not without challenges. It requires effort, commitment, and the willingness to step out of our comfort zones. However, this process is not about reaching a final destination. Rather, it is a lifelong path of growth and transformation. There is no one-size-fits-all solution, and we will never reach a perfect state of minimalism or Stoicism. Instead, these philosophies serve as lifelong guides in our pursuit of a more meaningful existence. As we navigate this journey, let's be patient and compassionate with ourselves. Change takes time, and setbacks are inevitable. What matters is that we rise each time we fall, learning from our experiences and moving forward with renewed focus. We are not alone in this journey. Countless individuals have walked similar paths, blending minimalism and Stoicism in their pursuit of a more meaningful life. Their stories can inspire us, reminding us that we are part of a greater human experience, a collective search for wisdom, purpose, and happiness. Now, let's expand our exploration by looking beyond Western philosophy to the wisdom of Eastern traditions. Eastern thought, with its deep history and profound teachings, offers valuable insights into leading a meaningful life. Interestingly, many Eastern philosophies share commonalities with Stoicism and minimalism. Buddhism, the middle way. One of the core concepts in Buddhism is the middle way, which promotes balance and the avoidance of extremes, closely mirroring the principles of minimalism. By steering clear of indulgence and deprivation, we create a life conducive to spiritual and personal growth. Additionally, Buddhism's Four Noble Truths and Noble Eightfold Path provide guidance on overcoming suffering through right action, intention, and mindfulness, aligning with Stoic principles of self-discipline and detachment. Taoism, Wu-Wei, and natural living. Taoism teaches the principles of simplicity, naturalness, and Wu-Wei, the art of effortless action. Wu-Wei does not mean inaction but rather acting in harmony with the natural flow of life. This resonates with minimalism's emphasis on living simply and Stoicism's focus on accepting what is beyond our control. Hinduism, Dharma, and non-attachment. Hindu philosophy emphasizes Dharma, one's moral duty and purpose in life. Similar to minimalism, Dharma encourages a life of focus and intention. Hinduism also teaches non-attachment, a concept aligned with Stoic detachment, urging individuals not to be enslaved by material possessions or fleeting emotions. Confucianism, the doctrine of the mean. Confucian thought emphasizes balance and simplicity through the doctrine of the mean. It also upholds virtues such as ren, kindness, and li, proper conduct, which reflect Stoic values of ethical living and self-discipline. Furthermore, Confucianism highlights the importance of relationships and community, echoing the Stoic belief that we are part of a larger whole. Through these teachings, we see that Eastern and Western philosophies are not isolated schools of thought but interconnected perspectives that can enrich our lives. The mindfulness of Buddhism, the harmony of Taoism, the purpose of Hindu Dharma, and the ethical wisdom of Confucianism all complement the clarity of minimalism and the strength of Stoicism. By integrating these philosophies, we can cultivate a balanced, thoughtful, and fulfilling life. This is not a rigid framework but an evolving journey, one where we continuously learn, adapt, and refine our understanding of what it means to live well. As we conclude this exploration, take a moment to reflect on the wisdom you've gained. Let this be the beginning of a deeper journey, one where you actively apply these teachings in your daily life. May your path be guided by virtue, simplicity, and wisdom. As Seneca once said, "As long as you live, keep learning how to live." Let's continue learning, growing, and moving forward with knowledge as our guide and virtue as our anchor. In 165 AD, people living by the Stoic philosophy reached their highest level of devotion during the Antonine Plague, which killed a vast number of people in the Roman Empire. It destroyed the land, took many lives, and caused fear and chaos in the empire, resulting in one of the worst depressions in history. During this crisis, Emperor Marcus Aurelius demonstrated exceptional leadership skills by blending his unshakable determination with the deep lessons of Stoic philosophy. He endured the plague by applying Stoic principles, which provided his people with security, courage, and hope. The Antonine Plague, believed to be an outbreak of smallpox or measles, struck the Roman Empire with unprecedented force. It spread rapidly, devastating the empire's social and economic order and instilling fear among its people. Amidst the chaos and uncertainty, Aurelius recognized the importance of guiding his people and turned to Stoic philosophy. He sought wisdom and strength within himself to confront the crisis. Aurelius adhered to the practice of Stoicism, which teaches acceptance of life's hardships and the importance of maintaining virtue even in adversity. Stoic philosophers like Epictetus and Seneca taught him that virtue alone is enough to bring happiness. He also learned that true happiness and power come from within, not from external circumstances. By acknowledging the harsh realities of the plague, Aurelius fortified his resilience and refused to succumb to fear. Instead, he focused on his own actions and responses, factors within his control. Marcus Aurelius set a powerful example by embodying the Stoic values he upheld. He demonstrated unwavering courage and strength, remaining steadfast despite immense hardships. Even at great personal risk, he worked tirelessly to address his people's needs, showing empathy and kindness through his actions. He urged his people to cultivate inner strength and find peace within themselves. Though his life was filled with challenges, Stoicism helped him discover meaning and purpose. He understood that the plague was an opportunity for self-improvement and for inspiring others to grow stronger. The crisis served as a reminder of life's fleeting nature and the importance of living virtuously. By contemplating life's impermanence, Aurelius encouraged his people to cherish each moment, prioritize virtue over material wealth, and cultivate gratitude even in adversity. Through his reliance on Stoic philosophy, Marcus Aurelius provided strength and reassurance to the Roman Empire despite the Antonine Plague's severe toll. His wisdom and resilience allowed the empire to recover and rebuild. Today, the Stoic lessons he imparted remain relevant, serving as reminders of the strength of the human spirit and the ability to find inner peace even in the direst circumstances. The Antonine Plague marked one of the darkest times in Roman history, yet Marcus Aurelius turned to the timeless wisdom of Stoicism to navigate the crisis. With courage, resilience, and wisdom, He led his people through the storm and helped them rebuild their lives. The Stoic way of thinking continues to offer hope by demonstrating that, even in the most challenging situations, individuals can rise above their struggles, hold on to hope, and emerge victorious. Stoic principles remain valuable, offering practical guidance for those seeking to navigate life's complexities. The philosophy emphasizes resilience, self-discipline, and other traits that equip individuals with essential tools for handling everyday challenges, overcoming adversity, and finding meaning in an ever-changing and increasingly complex world. In exploring key Stoic principles, we can assess our own lives and learn from renowned Stoic philosophers about how to apply Stoicism in practical ways. By studying Stoic philosophy, we embark on a transformative journey towards self-discovery, inner peace, and a fulfilling life. Marcus Aurelius, a celebrated and influential philosopher, fully embraced Stoicism as his guiding principle and lived according to its teachings. With origins in ancient Greece and gaining prominence during the Roman era, Stoicism emphasizes cultivating virtue and resilience in the face of hardship. At its core, Stoicism seeks self-mastery through self-control and discipline. Marcus Aurelius, the revered Roman emperor, epitomized Stoicism. He lived by its teachings and applied them to navigate life's challenges with unwavering strength and wisdom. The philosophy encourages individuals to harness their inner power, build resilience, and develop moral character through moderation and rational decision-making to ensure justice for all. Stoic philosophers also emphasized the importance of resilience in overcoming adversity. Stoic principles empower individuals to take control of their minds, shaping their thoughts, emotions, and actions in alignment with their values and goals. At its foundation, Stoicism provides a comprehensive framework for personal growth and the pursuit of a virtuous and resilient life. Though external events may be beyond our control, we can govern our emotions, thoughts, and actions. Humans are inherently emotional beings, and at its core, Stoicism recognizes this reality. Marcus Aurelius famously stated that true power lies in mastering one's thoughts and actions. By cultivating self-discipline, we can attain this level of inner strength. In his renowned work Meditations, Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." This quote encapsulates the Stoic principle that we should direct our energy toward controlling our thoughts and emotions, rather than allowing external circumstances to dictate our inner state. Great leaders often face the most formidable challenges, and Marcus Aurelius was no exception. As Rome's ruler, he encountered numerous trials and setbacks that tested his fortitude. His tenure was marked by civil unrest, warfare, economic instability, and threats to the empire's security and prosperity. Yet he confronted these difficulties with unwavering determination and a steadfast commitment to his people's well-being. Aurelius displayed remarkable resilience in overcoming setbacks. He understood that leadership required perseverance even in the face of adversity. Despite military defeats or internal strife, he never abandoned his pursuit of solutions that safeguarded the empire's stability. His leadership was characterized by persistence and an unyielding resolve to serve his people. Moreover, his spiritual beliefs, particularly his adherence to Stoicism, played a crucial role in his ability to endure hardships. Stoicism taught him to perceive obstacles as opportunities for growth and to uphold moral integrity even in dire circumstances. It emphasized inner fortitude and acceptance of life's uncertainties. By incorporating Stoic principles into his leadership, Aurelius approached failures with historical significance, inspiring those around him with his resilience and unwavering motivation. Despite the immense challenges he faced, Aurelius remained devoted to his people's welfare. His dedication to just governance and the pursuit of fairness defined his rule. To address his people's concerns, he implemented reforms to improve living conditions and promote the empire's overall well-being. Marcus Aurelius exemplified self-discipline in his personal life. He was known for his humility and awareness of the fleeting nature of power and material wealth, even as emperor. His devotion to self-improvement and continuous learning was evident in his meditations and reflections. He was a man of great character which guided his decision-making and actions. Aurelius rose to power as a leader of immense wisdom and resilience, leaving behind a legacy of courage and compassion that continues to inspire generations. As Marcus Aurelius demonstrated, the world can still learn from Stoic principles to cultivate self-discipline. Today, these same principles remain applicable in our lives. Consistency and self-examination are two essential practices for developing self-discipline. Like Marcus Aurelius, we can make it a habit to reflect on our values and life purpose each morning, ensuring our actions align with our core beliefs. Physical discipline, such as daily exercise, not only strengthens the body but also fortifies the mind. Aurelius recognized the deep connection between the mind and body, emphasizing the importance of caring for both. Mindfulness is another powerful tool for developing self-discipline. By training ourselves to be fully present, we gain better control over our emotions and make wiser decisions. Gratitude and equanimity are key Stoic concepts. Marcus Aurelius believed that appreciating life's beauty, even in hardship, cultivates resilience and inner strength. Practicing daily gratitude and maintaining perspective help develop strong character. Finally, Stoic philosophy places great importance on community and relationships. Aurelius understood that collaboration and service to others enhance self-discipline. To critically examine Stoicism's relevance in today's world, one must apply Marcus Aurelius's principles. He emphasized the significance of controlling one's mind, recognizing that our thoughts shape our experiences. Through self-awareness and mindfulness, we can combat negative thoughts and adopt perspectives that align with reason and virtue. By mastering our thoughts, we cultivate resilience and inner peace. Stoicism remains a timeless guide for navigating life's challenges, empowering individuals to develop self-discipline, endure hardships, and find purpose in an ever-changing world. Difficulties arise while still feeling strong and stable inside. Marcus says that an attitude that accepts life as ever-changing and unpredictable helps people be resilient. Stoics know that we can't change the things that happen to us outside of our control, but we can change how we react within ourselves. When we accept that things will change and that the world is uncertain, we build inner strength that allows us to handle the storm with resilience and calmness. In Stoicism, being resilient also means seeing losses and mistakes as opportunities for personal growth. Stoics view challenges as chances to practice traits like courage, determination, and patience rather than as barriers to overcome. We build the strength to handle life's ups and downs by accepting difficulties as part of our journey. When we focus on the things we can control, we can direct our attention toward them and feel more confident in ourselves. We become more resilient when we do not let external events dictate how we feel. By maintaining our inner peace and calm even in the face of adversity, we embody resilience. In Stoic philosophy, building resilience involves accepting life's imperfections, seeing setbacks as opportunities for growth, and concentrating on what we can control. Before we conclude this video, let's explore 3 important lessons from Marcus Aurelius's most significant work, Meditations, that can help us become more self-disciplined and understand the importance of living a good and fulfilling life. Lesson 1. The Power of the Present Moment. Marcus Aurelius said in Meditations, "Do not trouble yourself by imagining your life as a whole. Do not load your mind with the many and varied troubles that have come to you in the past and will come again in the future. Instead, ask yourself with each present difficulty, what is there in this that is unbearable and beyond endurance?" This quote encapsulates the essence of living in the present moment. Often, we struggle with self-discipline because our thoughts are consumed with regrets from the past or anxieties about the future. Aurelius teaches us the importance of focusing on the present moment. By doing so, we can break down overwhelming tasks into manageable steps and practice control and discipline in our immediate actions. This focus on the present is a cornerstone of self-discipline, enabling us to take meaningful and virtuous actions without feeling overwhelmed. Lesson 2. Separation from external approval. Marcus Aurelius was deeply aware of the fleeting nature of fame and the opinions of others. He wrote, "I have often wondered how it is that every man loves himself more than all the rest of men, yet values his own opinion of himself less than the opinion of others. This observation highlights the human tendency to seek validation and approval from the outside world, often at the expense of our own values and integrity. As Aurelius suggests, self-discipline requires detachment from external reinforcement. Instead, we must focus on cultivating inner virtues and following our moral compass. This internally directed focus enables us to make decisions and take actions that align with our values rather than being influenced by the ever-changing opinions of others. It helps us build a strong foundation of self-discipline rooted in self-respect and personal integrity. Lesson 3: Adaptability and Acceptance. One of the most celebrated quotes from Meditations is, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." This quote epitomizes adaptability and acceptance, two traits closely tied to self-discipline. Marcus Aurelius teaches us that obstacles and challenges are not merely to be endured but can be transformed into opportunities for growth and learning. Self-discipline involves the ability to adjust our actions and attitudes in response to the difficulties we encounter. Instead of resisting or lamenting hardships, we can embrace them as opportunities to exercise virtue, learn, and grow. This mindset not only strengthens self-discipline but also fosters resilience and a deep sense of contentment. Marcus Aurelius's Meditations offer a treasure trove of wisdom for building self-discipline. By focusing on the present moment, detaching from external validation, and embracing adaptability and acceptance, we can cultivate a form of self-discipline that is deeply grounded in wisdom and virtue. Self-discipline is not just about control, it is about leading a life of purpose, meaning, and fulfillment regardless of external circumstances. By embracing the core principles of Stoicism, self-mastery, acceptance, and resilience, we can cultivate self-discipline in our modern lives. Self-mastery, as Marcus Aurelius believed, begins with gaining control over our thoughts and emotions. By actively observing and guiding our inner world, we can shape our responses to external events and maintain a sense of composure and clarity. Acceptance is another crucial element of self-discipline. Developing resilience, as Aurelius taught, involves reframing setbacks as opportunities for growth. By viewing obstacles as stepping stones on our journey, we can develop the strength and perseverance necessary to face adversity with unwavering determination. Resilience also requires maintaining inner peace and stability even when circumstances are chaotic or unfavorable. To build self-discipline, we can incorporate practical strategies inspired by Aurelius into our daily lives. Establishing consistent routines, engaging in physical discipline, practicing mindfulness, expressing gratitude, and fostering communal support all contribute to our personal growth and development. Ultimately, by following the principles of Marcus Aurelius, we can develop the strength and fortitude to navigate life's challenges with self-control. As we stand at the crossroads of history and philosophy, the figure of Marcus Aurelius towers above, casting a long shadow that has endured through time. In a world that is often chaotic and ever-changing, self-discipline becomes a guiding light, a beacon that leads us through the storm. Through the lens of Aurelius and Stoic teachings, self-discipline is not merely a trait but an art, the art of living. It is the compass by which we navigate life's seas, the anchor that holds us steady amid tempests, and the sails that propel us forward. Through self-discipline, we attain mastery over ourselves, which, in turn, deepens our understanding of and engagement with the world around us. The life and philosophy of Marcus Aurelius stand as a testament to the transformative power of self-discipline. In today's world, where distractions are endless and information is constant, we need self-discipline more than ever. It is through self-discipline that we can filter out the noise and focus on what truly matters. What is particularly astonishing is how Marcus Aurelius, an emperor who lived nearly 2 millennia ago, grappled with many of the same challenges and inner conflicts that we face today. This reveals a profound truth: the human experience, at its core, remains unchanged. Our fears, aspirations, dilemmas, and yearnings weave a common thread through history. In this ever-evolving world, Stoic wisdom equips us with the mental fortitude to embrace challenges not as burdens but as catalysts for growth and self-realization. As we conclude this video, let us reflect on the magnitude of our potential. Each one of us, in our own way, can be a philosopher, a seeker of truth, and a bearer of wisdom. Let the words of Marcus Aurelius remind us of the indomitable spirit within each of us. Let his stoic resolve inspire us to cultivate self-discipline as we forge ahead on our journeys. Self-discipline is not an end but a means to lead lives of purpose, integrity, and fulfillment. In the grand theater of existence, we are both the playwright and the protagonist. Through self-discipline, we can write epics of triumph, odes to joy, and ballads of resilience. With Marcus Aurelius as our steadfast guide from the revered corridors of antiquity, let us march forward with our gazes fixed on the horizon and our hearts ablaze with boundless possibility. Self-control, the fifth lesson from the Enneagram, revolves around the importance of self-discipline and self-control, critical components of a virtuous life. According to Stoic philosophy, Epictetus believed that mastery over one's impulses and desires was crucial for maintaining mental tranquility and achieving personal growth. Self-discipline and self-control involve the ability to resist short-term gratification in favor of long-term benefits, as well as the ability to control our reactions to external circumstances. This practice can be seen as a form of personal freedom, as it liberates us from being slaves to our impulses and allows us to live in accordance with our core values and principles. Consider the example of maintaining a healthy lifestyle. It's often tempting to indulge in unhealthy foods or skip exercise in favor of more sedentary activities. However, by exercising self-discipline, you can resist these short-term temptations and prioritize your long-term health and well-being. This could involve creating a regular exercise routine, preparing healthy meals, and ensuring you get enough sleep. Applying this lesson requires consistent effort and practice, but the rewards are significant. By developing self-discipline and self-control, you can make better decisions, achieve your goals more effectively, and live a more balanced and fulfilling life. By mastering our desires and reactions, we can experience the personal freedom and lasting satisfaction that come from living in harmony with our values and principles. Lesson 6. Overcoming fear and anxiety by focusing on rational thinking. The sixth lesson from the Enneagram emphasizes the importance of rational thinking in overcoming fear and anxiety. Epictetus believed that many of our negative emotions arise from irrational beliefs and assumptions. By examining these thoughts and replacing them with rational perspectives, we can alleviate unnecessary suffering and develop a more balanced mindset. One of the primary techniques for achieving this is to question our thoughts and assumptions, especially when they cause us distress. By identifying the irrational beliefs that underlie our fears and anxieties, we can challenge them and replace them with more realistic perspectives. For instance, imagine you're preparing for a public speaking engagement and feeling extremely anxious. Your fear might be based on the irrational belief that if you make a mistake or stumble over your words, you'll be ridiculed and judged by your audience. To apply rational thinking, you could remind yourself that everyone makes mistakes and it's unlikely that your audience will be overly critical. Moreover, you can recognize that your value as a person isn't determined by a single performance. By replacing your irrational beliefs with more balanced thoughts, you can reduce your anxiety and approach the situation with greater confidence. Another strategy is to focus on the present moment and avoid dwelling on negative hypothetical scenarios. Often, our fears and anxieties stem from our tendency to imagine worst-case outcomes. By grounding ourselves in the present and concentrating on the task at hand, we can minimize the impact of these unproductive thoughts and maintain a more balanced state of mind. The sixth lesson from the Enneagram teaches us the power of rational thinking in overcoming fear and anxiety. By challenging our irrational beliefs and focusing on the present moment, we can develop a more stable mindset and navigate life's challenges with greater clarity and confidence. Lesson 7. Treating others with kindness and empathy. The seventh lesson from the Enneagram highlights the importance of treating others with kindness and empathy. Epictetus believed that recognizing our shared humanity and extending compassion toward others is vital for living a virtuous life. According to Stoic philosophy, we are all interconnected and should strive to support one another in our journey toward wisdom and personal growth. One way to apply this lesson is by practicing active listening and being genuinely interested in the thoughts and feelings of others. This approach can help us better understand their perspectives and experiences, fostering empathy and creating stronger connections. For example, imagine a friend is going through a difficult time and shares their struggles with you. Instead of offering unsolicited advice or trying to fix their problems, you can practice empathy by validating their feelings and acknowledging the challenges they're facing. By showing that you genuinely care and understand their situation, you can provide them with the support and encouragement they need to navigate their difficulties. Another aspect of treating others with kindness and empathy involves being aware of how our actions and words may impact those around us. We can strive to act in a way that is considerate, respectful, and supportive even when we may not agree with or understand someone else's perspective. This practice can help create a more harmonious and compassionate environment for everyone. The seventh lesson from the Enneagram underscores the significance of kindness and empathy in our interactions with others. By actively listening, validating others' experiences, and being considerate of their feelings, we can foster deeper connections and contribute to a more compassionate world. In doing so, we embody the Stoic virtues of wisdom, justice, and temperance, furthering our own personal growth and well-being. Lesson 8. Learning from criticism and not being affected by others' opinions. The eighth lesson from the Enneagram addresses the importance of learning from criticism while maintaining a healthy detachment from others' opinions. Epictetus believed that it's essential to evaluate feedback objectively, discerning valuable insights from unconstructive remarks. By doing so, we can grow and improve without becoming emotionally entangled in the judgments of others. To apply this lesson, start by cultivating a mindset of curiosity and openness when receiving feedback. Recognize that criticism can offer valuable opportunities for growth and self-improvement. When you encounter criticism, consider the source and context and reflect on whether there's a valid point or lesson to be gleaned from the feedback. For instance, if a colleague offers constructive criticism on a project you've been working on, instead of reacting defensively, take a moment to objectively evaluate their suggestions. If their feedback is valid and can help you improve your work, express gratitude for their input and implement the necessary changes. If, however, the criticism appears unfounded or unhelpful, acknowledge their perspective and then let it go without allowing it to negatively impact your self-esteem. It's also essential to remember that others' opinions don't define your worth or abilities. By developing a strong sense of self-awareness and confidence in your own values and strengths, you can maintain emotional equilibrium and avoid being swayed by the judgments of others. The eighth lesson from the Enneagram teaches us the value of learning from criticism while remaining unaffected by others' opinions. By adopting an open and objective mindset when receiving feedback, we can use it as a tool for growth and self-improvement while maintaining a healthy sense of self-worth and emotional resilience. Lesson 9. Developing resilience in the face of adversity. The ninth lesson from the Enneagram highlights the importance of developing resilience in the face of adversity. Epictetus believed that life is inherently filled with challenges and setbacks, and our ability to adapt and persevere through these difficult moments is crucial for personal growth and well-being. One way to cultivate resilience is by embracing a growth mindset, which entails viewing setbacks as opportunities for learning and self-improvement. By reframing challenges as chances to develop new skills and perspectives, we can maintain a positive attitude even when facing adversity. Suppose you've lost your job unexpectedly. Instead of succumbing to despair or feeling like a failure, you can apply the lesson of resilience by viewing this situation as an opportunity to explore new career paths, acquire new skills, or pursue passions that you may not have had time for previously. By maintaining a growth mindset, you can turn adversity into an opportunity for positive change. Another aspect of developing resilience is learning to manage our emotional reactions to difficult circumstances. Epictetus emphasized the importance of distinguishing between events themselves and our judgments about those events. By recognizing that our emotions are shaped by our thoughts and beliefs, we can gain better control over our reactions and maintain a sense of calm and stability even in challenging situations. The ninth lesson from the Enchiridion highlights the significance of developing resilience in the face of adversity. By embracing a growth mindset and managing our emotional responses, we can persist through life's challenges and continue to grow and thrive. The ability to adapt and recover from setbacks is a hallmark of Stoic philosophy and a crucial element of a fulfilling life. Lesson 10 emphasizes the importance of self-reflection as a means of personal growth and self-improvement. Epictetus believed that by regularly examining our thoughts, actions, and motivations, we could gain a deeper understanding of ourselves and make conscious efforts to align our behavior with our core values and principles. One effective method of self-reflection is setting aside time each day for introspection and contemplation. This practice may involve reviewing the events of the day, identifying instances where we may have deviated from our values, and considering ways to improve in the future. By making self-reflection a consistent habit, we become more mindful of our actions and strive for continuous self-improvement. For instance, at the end of each day, one might take a few moments to reflect on their interactions with others, their responses to external events, and any internal struggles they encountered. During this reflection, it is beneficial to assess whether one's actions aligned with values such as honesty, compassion, or integrity. If areas of improvement are identified, this awareness can serve as a guide for future actions. Another essential aspect of self-reflection is recognizing and challenging any limiting beliefs or negative thought patterns that may be hindering personal growth. By acknowledging these mental obstacles and replacing them with more empowering beliefs, one can foster self-improvement and create lasting change. The 10th lesson from the Enchiridion underscores the power of self-reflection as a tool for personal growth and self-betterment. By consistently examining our thoughts and actions and striving to align them with our fundamental values, we can gain a deeper understanding of ourselves and cultivate a more authentic and fulfilling life. This practice of introspection and self-awareness is a fundamental component of Stoic philosophy and a valuable lesson for everyone. As we reach the conclusion of this enlightening journey through the top 10 lessons from Epictetus, we are reminded of the timeless wisdom and practical insights that his teachings offer. We began by recognizing the importance of differentiating between what is within our control and what is not, learning to cultivate inner peace in an often unpredictable world. We then explored the significance of embracing fate and accepting life's events with grace, fostering resilience and serenity in adversity. We also discovered the profound truth that living a virtuous life, one characterized by kindness, wisdom, and self-discipline, is within our reach. We learned to detach from material possessions and external circumstances, finding fulfillment and contentment within ourselves. The principles of practicing self-discipline and self-control, as well as treating others with kindness and empathy, were illuminated, reminding us of Stoic philosophy's core values. We understood how to overcome fear and anxiety through rational thinking, transforming irrational beliefs into balanced perspectives. In a world that often prioritizes external validation, we recognized the importance of learning from criticism without being swayed by others' opinions, fostering self-worth and emotional resilience. The 9th lesson reinforced the value of resilience in adversity, emphasizing the importance of a growth mindset and emotional regulation. Finally, we were encouraged to engage in continual self-reflection, striving to align our actions with our values and seeking continuous self-improvement. As we move forward, I invite you to apply these lessons in your daily life. Stoicism is not merely a philosophy to ponder, but a way of life to embrace. These teachings can profoundly influence your perspective, relationships, and overall quality of life. Epictetus, once a slave who rose to become one of the most influential Stoic philosophers, left behind a remarkable legacy. His teachings, encapsulated in the Enchiridion, continue to resonate today, offering practical wisdom to navigate life's complexities. In a world that is constantly changing, the philosophy of Epictetus remains a steadfast guide, providing timeless insights into achieving a life of tranquility, virtue, and fulfillment. As we conclude, let us remember the wise words of Epictetus: "It is not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." Let this be a guiding principle that directs us toward a life of wisdom, resilience, and virtue. Let us embody these teachings, embrace the Stoic way of life, and step into a world of peace, understanding, and continuous growth. Marcus Aurelius, a renowned Stoic philosopher and Roman emperor, is often referred to as the Philosopher King. Despite being one of the most powerful individuals of his time, he faced numerous struggles and hardships, from political upheaval to personal loss. Amid these challenges, he wrote his deeply introspective and insightful book, Meditations, as a means of self-improvement and reflection. Comprising his personal thoughts and observations, this iconic work has inspired countless individuals over the centuries, providing guidance on leading a virtuous and fulfilling life. In today's fast-paced and uncertain world, resilience and inner strength are more essential than ever. We are constantly faced with change, whether in our careers, relationships, or personal lives. However, by navigating these changes with grace and wisdom, we can transform adversity into an opportunity for growth and self-discovery. This is where Marcus Aurelius's Meditations provides invaluable insights. As a Stoic, Marcus Aurelius emphasized the importance of cultivating inner virtues and practicing self-mastery. He believed that by focusing on what we can control, our thoughts, emotions, and actions, we can overcome external circumstances and maintain a sense of balance and equanimity. In essence, Stoicism teaches us to be the architects of our own happiness and well-being, regardless of life's challenges. What can we learn from this great philosopher? In this video, we will delve into the pages of Meditations and uncover 10 timeless life lessons that can help us develop resilience and inner strength. These lessons will provide practical advice for managing difficult situations and inspire us to cultivate a more resilient mindset in our daily lives. By applying the wisdom of Marcus Aurelius, we can become better equipped to handle adversity, learn from our experiences, and ultimately lead a more fulfilling and contented life. Throughout this journey, we will explore essential Stoic principles such as controlling our thoughts and perceptions, accepting what we cannot change, focusing on the present moment, cultivating humility and empathy, and much more. Each lesson is grounded in the wisdom that Marcus Aurelius practiced throughout his life, offering a roadmap for navigating life's challenges with resilience, wisdom, and inner strength. Whether you are facing personal struggles, professional setbacks, or simply seeking guidance on leading a more balanced and fulfilling life, the teachings of Marcus Aurelius serve as a powerful source of inspiration and wisdom. Let us embark on this journey together. Applying these lessons to our lives and embracing the Stoic path toward resilience, wisdom, and lasting fulfillment. The power and importance of gratitude in our lives cannot be overstated. By focusing on the blessings we have and appreciating the beauty of life, we can cultivate a more positive mindset, enhance our well-being, and build resilience in the face of challenges. There are numerous benefits to embracing gratitude. Studies have shown that people who regularly express gratitude experience increased happiness, improved mental health, stronger relationships, and even better physical health. Grateful individuals tend to be more optimistic, have lower levels of stress and anxiety, and are better equipped to handle difficult situations. To integrate gratitude into your daily life, consider starting a gratitude journal. Each day, write down 3 things you are grateful for, no matter how big or small. This simple practice can help shift your focus from the negative aspects of life to the positive, enabling you to recognize and appreciate the good things that are often overlooked. Another way to practice gratitude is to express appreciation to others. Take the time to thank friends, family, and colleagues for their support, kindness, and understanding. By acknowledging their contributions to your life, you not only strengthen your relationships but also reinforce your own sense of gratitude. Additionally, make a habit of reflecting on your achievements and the challenges you have overcome. Recognizing your personal growth and the lessons you have learned can help you appreciate your journey and develop a deeper sense of gratitude for the experiences that have shaped you. Mindfulness can also play a role in developing gratitude. By paying attention to the present moment, you can notice the small joys and pleasures that often go unnoticed, such as the warmth of the sun on your face or the laughter of a loved one. Savoring these moments nurtures a greater sense of gratitude for the simple gifts life has to offer. Practicing gratitude is a powerful way to enhance overall well-being, foster a positive mindset, and build resilience. By maintaining a gratitude journal, expressing appreciation to others, reflecting on personal growth, and practicing mindfulness, you can develop a deeper sense of gratitude for life's many blessings. Lesson 6. Embrace adversity as an opportunity for growth. The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. Marcus Aurelius. In this powerful lesson, Marcus Aurelius teaches us to view adversity not as an insurmountable obstacle but as an opportunity for personal growth and self-improvement. By shifting our perspective on challenges and setbacks, we can develop greater resilience and inner strength, allowing us to overcome even the most difficult situations. Challenges provide opportunities for personal growth in several ways. They help us build new skills, gain valuable experience, and learn more about ourselves and our capabilities. Additionally, overcoming adversity fosters a greater sense of self-confidence as we recognize our ability to navigate difficult situations and emerge stronger on the other side. To reframe adversity as a chance to learn and grow, start by adopting a growth mindset, the belief that abilities and intelligence can be developed through dedication and hard work. When faced with a challenge, ask yourself what skills or knowledge you can gain from the experience and how it can help you become a better, more capable person. Another technique for embracing adversity is to practice reframing negative thoughts. When encountering a difficult situation, identify any negative thoughts that arise and consciously shift them into more positive, empowering statements. For example, instead of thinking, "I'll never be able to handle this," reframe it as, "This is a challenging situation, but I can learn and grow from it." Seeking inspiration from the stories of others who have overcome adversity can also be beneficial. Research the lives of influential figures, read biographies, or listen to podcasts about individuals who have faced significant challenges and used them as stepping stones to success. These examples serve as powerful reminders of the potential for growth and transformation within every obstacle. Lastly, consider seeking support from friends, family, or professional counselors when facing adversity. Surrounding yourself with a supportive network provides valuable encouragement, advice, and perspective, helping you view challenges as opportunities for growth rather than insurmountable barriers. Embracing adversity as an opportunity for growth is essential for building resilience and inner strength. By adopting a growth mindset, practicing reframing, seeking inspiration, and leaning on a support network, we can view challenges as chances to learn, grow, and become better versions of ourselves. Lesson 7. Be guided by reason. The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. Marcus Aurelius. Marcus Aurelius highlights the crucial role that rational thinking and logic play in our overall happiness and ability to overcome adversity. By guiding our thoughts and actions with reason, we can make more informed decisions, manage our emotions more effectively, and navigate challenges with greater clarity and resilience. Rational thinking is important in overcoming adversity because it enables us to objectively assess a situation, identify potential solutions, and weigh the pros and cons of each option. By approaching challenges with a logical mindset, we can minimize the influence of impulsive emotions such as fear or anger, which can often cloud judgment and lead to poor decision-making. To develop rational thinking, practice critical thinking skills by questioning assumptions, evaluating evidence, and considering alternative viewpoints. When faced with a difficult situation, take a step back and ask yourself what assumptions you may be making, whether there is sufficient evidence to support your beliefs, and if there are alternative explanations or solutions you may have overlooked. Engaging in regular self-reflection can also cultivate rational thinking. By periodically examining our thoughts, beliefs, and actions, we gain a deeper understanding of our motivations, biases, and thought patterns. This self-awareness helps us recognize when our thinking may be influenced by emotions or false assumptions, allowing us to redirect our thoughts toward a more logical approach. Additionally, practicing emotional regulation is essential as strong emotions can interfere with rational thinking. Techniques such as mindfulness meditation and deep breathing exercises help manage emotions effectively, creating the mental space needed for clear, logical thinking. Finally, seek opportunities to develop problem-solving skills. Engage in activities that challenge your mind, such as solving puzzles, playing strategy games, or participating in debates. These experiences help sharpen logical thinking abilities and enhance your capacity to approach adversity with reason and clarity. Being guided by reason is a vital component of overcoming adversity and building resilience. By practicing critical thinking, engaging in self-reflection, managing emotions, and honing problem-solving skills, we can develop a more rational mindset that allows us to navigate life's challenges with greater clarity and success. Focusing on the present moment without judgment allows us to observe our thoughts and emotions as they arise without becoming overly attached or reactive. By practicing mindfulness, we can develop greater self-awareness and learn to recognize when we need to shift our perceptions. Another technique to help control your perception is cognitive restructuring, which involves identifying negative or irrational thoughts, then actively questioning and replacing them with more balanced and rational alternatives. For example, if you find yourself thinking, "I'm a failure because I didn't get that promotion," try to reframe the thought as, "I may not have gotten the promotion this time, but it doesn't define my worth or abilities. I can learn from this experience and continue to grow professionally." Finally, surrounding yourself with positive influences can also help you control your perceptions. Seek out friends, mentors, or role models who embody the values and attitudes you want to cultivate within yourself. Engaging in uplifting conversations and activities can help reinforce a more optimistic and constructive mindset. In summary, controlling our perceptions is a crucial step in building resilience and inner strength. By practicing self-awareness, mindfulness, cognitive restructuring, and surrounding ourselves with positive influences, we can train our minds to see the world through a more balanced and constructive lens. This shift in perspective empowers us to overcome adversity and face life's challenges with greater confidence and composure. Remember, as Marcus Aurelius wisely stated, our perceptions are not absolute truths, and we have the power to shape them to our advantage. Lesson 4. Cultivate humility and empathy. Whenever you are about to find fault with someone, ask yourself the following question: what fault of mine most nearly resembles the one I am about to criticize? Marcus Aurelius. Humility and empathy are essential virtues for building resilience and inner strength. They help us develop stronger relationships, create a more compassionate mindset, and foster greater self-awareness. Marcus Aurelius' quote serves as a reminder that before we judge or criticize others, we must first reflect on our own imperfections and strive to understand the experiences and feelings of those around us. Practicing humility involves recognizing that we are not infallible and that we can learn from others regardless of their status or background. By adopting a humble attitude, we become more open to feedback and personal growth, enabling us to overcome challenges and adapt to new situations more effectively. To practice humility in your daily life, make an effort to listen more and speak less. Pay attention to the ideas and opinions of others and be open to the possibility that you may be wrong or have something to learn from them. Additionally, be willing to admit your mistakes and take responsibility for your actions. This willingness to be vulnerable can help you grow as a person and develop a more resilient mindset. Empathy, on the other hand, involves putting yourself in another person's shoes and trying to understand their feelings, thoughts, and experiences. This ability to connect with others on a deeper level can help you navigate difficult situations and foster stronger relationships, ultimately making you more resilient in the face of adversity. To develop empathy, practice active listening. When conversing with others, give them your full attention and strive to understand their perspective without judgment. Ask open-ended questions to encourage deeper sharing and show genuine interest in their feelings and experiences. Volunteering or engaging in acts of service can also help you build empathy. Helping others, especially those in need or facing challenges, can provide you with a greater understanding of their experiences and emotions, fostering a deeper sense of compassion and connection. Humility and empathy are key components of building resilience and inner strength. By practicing active listening, engaging in self-reflection, and participating in activities that foster compassion, we can develop a more empathetic and humble outlook on life. Lesson 5. Practice gratitude. When you arise in the morning, think of what a precious privilege it is to be alive, to breathe, to think, to enjoy, to love. Marcus Aurelius. Marcus Aurelius reminds us of the power and importance of gratitude in our lives. By focusing on the blessings we have and appreciating the beauty of life, we can foster a more positive mindset, enhance our well-being, and build resilience in the face of challenges. There are numerous benefits to embracing gratitude. Studies have shown that people who regularly express gratitude experience increased happiness, improved mental health, stronger relationships, and even better physical health. Grateful individuals tend to be more optimistic, have lower levels of stress and anxiety, and are better equipped to handle difficult situations. To integrate gratitude into your daily life, consider starting a gratitude journal. Each day, write down 3 things you are grateful for, no matter how big or small. This simple practice can help shift your focus from the negative aspects of life to the positive, enabling you to recognize and appreciate the good things that are often overlooked. Another way to practice gratitude is to express appreciation to others. Take the time to thank friends, family, and colleagues for their support, kindness, and understanding. By acknowledging the value of their contributions to your life, you not only strengthen your relationships but also reinforce your own sense of gratitude. Additionally, make a habit of reflecting on your achievements and the challenges you've overcome. Recognizing your personal growth and the lessons you've learned can help you appreciate your journey, fostering a deeper sense of gratitude for the experiences that have shaped you. Mindfulness can also play a role in developing gratitude. By paying attention to the present moment, you can notice the small joys and pleasures that often go unnoticed, such as the warmth of the sun on your face or the laughter of a loved one. By savoring these moments, you can nurture a greater sense of gratitude for the simple gifts life has to offer. Practicing gratitude is a powerful way to enhance overall well-being, foster a positive mindset, and build resilience. By maintaining a gratitude journal, expressing appreciation to others, reflecting on personal growth, and practicing mindfulness, you can develop a deeper sense of gratitude for life's many blessings. Lesson 6. Embrace adversity as an opportunity for growth. The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. Marcus Aurelius. In this powerful lesson, Marcus Aurelius teaches us to view adversity not as an insurmountable obstacle but as an opportunity for personal growth and self-improvement. By shifting our perspective on challenges and setbacks, we can develop greater resilience and inner strength, allowing us to overcome even the most difficult situations. Challenges can be opportunities for personal growth in several ways. They can help us build new skills, gain valuable experience, and learn more about ourselves and our capabilities. Additionally, overcoming adversity can foster a greater sense of self-confidence as we recognize our ability to navigate difficult situations and emerge stronger on the other side. To reframe adversity as a chance to learn and grow, start by adopting a growth mindset. A growth mindset is the belief that our abilities and intelligence can be developed through dedication and hard work. When faced with a challenge, ask yourself what skills or knowledge you can acquire from the experience and how it can help you become a better, more capable person. Another technique to help you embrace adversity is to practice reframing negative thoughts. When encountering a difficult situation, try to identify the negative thoughts that arise and consciously shift them into more positive, empowering statements. For example, if you find yourself thinking, "I'll never be able to handle this," reframe it as, "This is a challenging situation, but I can learn and grow from it." You can also seek inspiration from the stories of others who have overcome adversity and achieved personal growth. Research the lives of famous figures, read biographies, or listen to podcasts about individuals who have faced significant challenges and used them as stepping stones to success. These examples can serve as a powerful reminder of the potential for growth and transformation that lies within every obstacle. Lastly, consider seeking support from friends, family, or professional counselors when faced with adversity. Surrounding yourself with a supportive network can provide valuable encouragement, advice, and perspective, helping you to view challenges as opportunities for growth rather than insurmountable barriers. Embracing adversity as an opportunity for growth is a key component of building resilience and inner strength. By adopting a growth mindset, practicing reframing, seeking inspiration, and leaning on a support network, we can learn to view challenges as chances to learn, grow, and become better versions of ourselves. Cultivate a sense of inner peace. Lesson 9. Practice detachment. Attach yourself to what is spiritually superior regardless of what others think or do. In this lesson, Marcus Aurelius encourages us to practice detachment from external events and circumstances by focusing on our inner values and spiritual growth. Rather than seeking validation or fulfillment from external sources, we can develop greater resilience and inner strength. The benefits of detachment are numerous. It allows us to maintain a sense of equanimity and emotional stability even in the face of adversity or challenging situations. Detachment also helps us avoid becoming overly attached to outcomes, possessions, or the opinions of others, which can lead to stress, anxiety, and disappointment. To cultivate detachment in daily life, start by becoming more mindful of your thoughts and reactions to external events. Pay attention to how you respond to situations and practice observing your emotions and thoughts without becoming overly attached or identified with them. This increased self-awareness can help you recognize when you may be overly invested in external circumstances and make a conscious effort to shift your focus inward. Another way to practice detachment is by regularly reminding yourself of the impermanent nature of life. Recognize that possessions, relationships, and circumstances are all subject to change, and seeking lasting happiness from these sources is ultimately futile. Instead, strive to find inner contentment and fulfillment by focusing on your personal growth, values, and spirituality. Developing a strong sense of self and understanding your core values can also help cultivate detachment. When you have a clear understanding of what truly matters to you, it becomes easier to let go of external factors that may not align with your values. Spend time reflecting on your core beliefs and use them as a guiding force in your decision-making and actions. Lastly, engage in regular spiritual or reflective practices such as meditation, journaling, or prayer. These practices can help deepen your connection to your inner self, promote detachment from external influences, and foster a greater focus on personal growth and spiritual development. Practicing detachment from external events and circumstances can be a powerful tool for building resilience and inner strength. By focusing on inner values, cultivating self-awareness, and embracing the impermanence of external factors, we can navigate life's challenges with greater equanimity and clarity. Through mindfulness, self-reflection, and spiritual practice, we can develop a sense of detachment that allows us to approach life's challenges with greater grace and balance.